Yeah, yeah. I'm living my best life. Made a couple M's, you know. Said I'm living my best life. Said I'm living my best life.
Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Random Opinions, Reaction, and Reviews. If you don't know who I am by now, you gotta get with the program. I'm coming to you today to do a review on the episode that just aired today on General Hospital. Today is May 24th, so let's go ahead and get into it. So we start off at the scene where Sunny and Margot are talking. And Sunny is warning, he's basically warning Margot of the creep Shiloh is. He's telling her that he's a predator, he's a liar, he's a sexual abuser. There's nothing good about this guy. And Margot is not here for it. She's not trying to listen to whatever Sunny has to say. She is in a pity party, blaming herself for everything that's gone wrong. Not herself, but blaming Sunny for everything that's gone wrong in her life. And she just doesn't want to take any more advice. She's like, you took my mom from me, you took my dad from me, and now you're taking DOD. Like, what else do you want from me? Why do you care so much, And Sunny's just trying to warn her because he does care for her. Like, and it's weird how he does care for her. And I don't know if the writers are trying to, like, I don't know, because we know the history Sunny has with district attorneys. He's been involved with, of course, Alexis. He's been involved with district attorneys and FBI agents. Remember, he was involved with Hannah. She was an FBI agent. He was involved with Reese. She was an FBI agent. And then he was involved with, what's her name? I can't remember. Oh, Claire Walsh. And she was an FBI agent or either like the district attorney or something. So Sunny's always going for these kind of women, but we see like Carly is pregnant. Maybe they're still trying to stabilize Carly and Sunny, but I don't know, the way they're leaning into the direction of Sunny caring for Margot is just so weird that, I'm thinking that they're leaving that open for the future. Then we go to Sam and Shiloh. Shiloh is once again CREEP, like a creep. He is breathing so hard, he cannot wait to taste Sam, you guys. Like, he is like, and like, he can barely even talk. He's talking to her, telling her that he's been waiting for this day, and he's happy now that she's with him, and he can, he needed her, and he's just been waiting and longing for her. It's like the session is so creepy. And he's talking and breathing so hard. He's unbuttoning his shirt. He can barely unbutton his pants, you guys. He is like shaking because he clearly wants Sam that bad, And Sam, she's drugged and she's telling him no. But, she's weak. She's out of her mind. She can't really fend for herself and she's trying to push him off. But, he's just kissing her. And it reminded me of like Sleeping Beauty because she really was like almost lifeless and he was just all over her. And then who do we have? Stone Cold shows up, you guys. Like, I expected nothing less. He shows up, he grabs Shiloh, he slams him into the wall, slams him into the wall again, and then slams him into the wall again, and then throws him over the steps. I mean, Shiloh got a good beating, you guys. Like, Jason beat him down. And like I said, I would have expected nothing less. That scene was everything. I was so excited that happened. I've been waiting for Jason to get a good beat down on this guy because Shiloh has been getting on my nerves since the moment that he arrived. So then Jason rushes to Sam. She's drugged out. She's like, is it Jason? Jason? And he's like, you're safe. You're safe. And it just takes it back to, you know, when Franco raped Sam and how Jason wasn't able to, like, get to her. But this time around, he was able to get to her and make sure she was safe. So that was a good thing that, you know, happened. Because I just didn't know where they were going to go with this. And I'm just glad that he wasn't able to get that far into Sam, you know. They get her to the hospital. And apparently they get Shiloh to the hospital as well. But Sam wakes up and Jason explains what happened and how she's safe, and Sam is explaining her end of things and how she was scared and she tried to fight but she couldn't. And Jason's like, you know, just reassuring her that she's safe. And Sam is crying and telling him, like, I tried to say no, I tried to, you know. And it just seems like I said, Shiloh has a hold on Sam some way, you guys. I was thinking at first she was intrigued by him, but from today's episode, I'm guessing that he really freaks her out, and she did what she had to do to bring this guy down, because if not, he would have kept on coming after her and her family. And like we said and we've determined before, Christina was a means to an end for Shiloh. He was really after Sam, and he's going to continue to come after Sam until he's put into the ground ultimately. You know, Sonny and Jason, they're talking, and Sonny is saying, we finally did it. We got this guy. We finally have leverage over him because they got all of it recorded. The sound was all good. Nothing went wrong with the sound, which I was scared something was going to go wrong with the audio, but nothing went wrong. So kudos to the writers for not delaying that, you know, because I feel like they're always giving us monkey wrenches and delaying something somehow, which I'll get to delaying later on in this video, and I'm going to show you an example of what the writers did today. So they have leverage over him. So Sonny goes to visit Shiloh, and Sonny tells him, look, I told you that family always comes first at any cost. And then he says, you know, he pretty much bargains with Shiloh. I can turn in this audio, or you can give me Christina's pledge. And Shiloh doesn't say anything. He doesn't look scared of Sonny or anything like that. I'm guessing this guy is ready for a fight. He already has a lot of people in his back corner, in his back pocket. And I think that was one of the reasons why Sonny was trying to get into Margot's head. You know, because they need somebody on their side in order to bring this guy down. Because this guy, he knows too many powerful people, and that's how he's able to skid and get away with certain things. Gave him like a day or so to think about it, and we'll see what happens, I guess, Monday with that. Then we have Laura and Curtis. Curtis is telling Laura, look, I know that the police are supposed to shoot Ryan on sight, but he's our only hope for Jordan. Jordan is dying. She needs a transplant. He's the only hope. If Kevin was a match, Ryan most likely is a match too. Laura completely agrees with him, and so she decides to call the police and tell them to not shoot Ryan on sight, to bring him in, keep him alive. You know, so Curtis is pleading with Laura to, you know, give him a 20-minute head start. Let me go back a little bit. So Lucy walks up, and Lucy ends up cracking the code to, you know, where Ava is, because Ava came to Lucy for some real estate to buy a cabin a while back. And Lucy couldn't understand why Ava was, you know, trying to buy a cabin so far off and isolated. And now she knows why. So she gave that information to Laura and Curtis. And Curtis is begging Laura, please give me a 20-minute head start before you call the police, because I need to make sure that he is not shot on arrival, you know, on the police's arrival. So Laura doesn't really say yes or no, but she kind of leads Curtis on to believing that, you know. Lucy is kind of pissed that nobody included her in on this scheme to bring down Ryan, because she felt like it could have saved her a lot of heartache if she was brought into the loop. And Laura's like, you do realize that Kevin is my husband, right? Like, Lucy is a mess, you guys. Like, she loves Kevin. Like, she did some messed up things to Kevin in the past, but she indeed still loves him. You know what I'm saying? So she's going to go out of her way for him regardless. But I feel like she is respecting Laura and Kevin's relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because she could have tried to take up with Kevin any day. Like, completely, like, throw herself at him. She's, like, led him on to, like, flirted with him a little bit, but he's always put her in her place. I mean, she could have taken it, like, 10 times further than what she has. So I do believe she does respect Kevin enough in order to respect his relationship that he has with Laura. Lucy, she pretty much calls Laura out because as soon as Curtis left, she called the police. And so Lucy was like, you allowed Curtis to believe that you wasn't going to call the cops. And you did. And Laura's like, I did what I had to do, you know. So then we have Julian. Chase calls Julian to let him know that Ava is missing. They don't know where she's at, and Ryan is on the loose. Julian is still salty because Ava got him locked up. Remember, she got him locked up because he assaulted Kevin. So he's a little salty, and at the same time, he is helping Kim, who's lost her son. So, you know, he's trying to be there for Kim. Lulu and Chase scenes I could have did without today. I think they were just filler scenes. Lulu is talking to Chase, telling him that he has to tell the public about what's going on. Chase is just trying to do his job, and Lulu is all in the way. That's all I'm saying about that. Brad shows up to Kim's apartment. He's talking to Julian, telling him what went down at the nurses' ball, and he is nervous that he is going to lose Wiley. He's nervous that he's going to lose Wiley, so he's freaking out. He's continuing to tell lies because, mind you, Julian doesn't know that this baby is Michael's because Brad told him a random woman gave him this baby. So he's invested in helping Brad in order to help Lucas because Julian does care about his children, you know. And Brad is freaking out because he feels like he's going to lose everything if this secret comes out, you know. And then he even contemplates taking Wiley to Shiloh, talking about how kind Shiloh is and he's a good man and he's understanding. And Julian tells him, like, no, shut up, Brad, go home. I will think of what to do next. Do not take that child to Shiloh, you know. Brad is losing his marbles, you guys. Brad is just, anyway. Then we get to the final scene, the scene that means everything, the scene that revolved around all scenes today, and that's the showdown between Ava and Ryan. Now, when we start, Ava, she fires a warning shot to Ryan to get him focused to listen to her. And she's telling him, look, I planned this from the start to reel you out and to bring you in. I was never dating Kevin. I knew what I had to do to bring you back because I want to kill you. You killed my daughter, you know? And she's telling him that she's just waited for this moment. She's dreamed about this moment. She feels that once she kills him, justice will be served. Of course, it can't bring back Kiki, but this is what she wants to vindicate herself, you know? And Ryan is telling her that he killed Kiki for her. You know, she was talking about how much, well, she was jealous because, mind you, remember, Kiki and Griffin end up sleeping together, and Griffin was in a relationship with Ava at the time. And so they had a falling out. And she, like, said some really mean things to Ryan, which caused him to kill Kiki. You know, so he's telling her, I did this for you. And Ava already knows that. She's already, you know, and that's one of the reasons why it hurts the most that her daughter is so gone, because she feels like she is yet the cause of another death. Because, mind you, look at what happened to Morgan. You know, she did some events to Morgan that led to his death by switching his pills. And he had bipolar disorder, you know. So she's caused two people that she loves to die, you know. And so I know it's eating away at her, you know. Ryan is in complete denial, though. He doesn't believe that Ava is even capable of killing him. He feels like Ava loves him and that she'll come around, you know. And Ava wants to know before she kills him how Kiki was. You know, what were her last events? Did she fight? You know. So Ryan was like, no, you don't want to hear this. And Ava's like, no, I want to hear this. If you don't give it to me, you'll get a bullet. And somewhere like the arm or something like that. Somewhere where it won't necessarily kill him, but he'd suffer, you know, out of pain. And so he begins to tell her, you know, Kiki, she was scared and she fought. And once she was cornered, she yelled out, Mommy. She yelled for her mom. And he said she just kept yelling, Mommy, you know. So she yelled for Ava. And he also said that Kiki's last words were, "Tell my mom that I'm sorry." And I think that was a little closure for Ava, because now she knows that, you know, at first she thought that Kiki died without ever forgiving her or ever knowing that she loved her. And we see that she was the last person Kiki thought about when she died. Now, I don't know if this is true, because Ryan could have been saying this to get into Ava's head. I don't know. But Curtis comes. And Curtis, like, when Ava is getting ready to kill Ryan, Curtis shows up, and he's like, you can't kill Ryan. We need Ryan, or else Jordan will die. So he talks Ava down. What would Kiki do? And Ava knows that she was a good person. She wouldn't allow people to die no matter how bad that person was, you know. So she decides not to kill him. And she gives the gun to Curtis. And for some reason, Ryan tries to grab the knife. And Curtis like, nope. He had the gun ready. Nope. 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 Stay right there. And so then the PCPD shows up. They show up late to everything. They're so incompetent. They're so slow on everything. It's crazy how the citizens of Port Charles can solve a murder case before the actual police do. It's just beyond me. Anyway, they show up late to everything on like BP time, you know, black people time. They showed up really late, and then they arrest Ryan. And I'm trying to figure out how they put the handcuffs on him, because he's missing a hand. So am I missing something here? Like, is he handcuffed to another officer? What? This just leads me to believe maybe an escape is going to happen. And so Curtis tells Ryan, you owe me. Ryan owes Curtis for keeping him alive. And so I guess Ryan is going to be the donor in order to keep Jordan alive. And this brings me back to how the writers delay stories. This is a delayed story, because Ryan you know what happens? You know what happened? I forgot. I completely forgot. The police are escorting Ryan, right? And he looks at Ava and gives her a smirk and says, "You couldn't kill me. You love me." That ticked Ava off. Ticked her off.
Excuse me. Detective Chase, can I borrow your phone? I'm gonna call TJ and let him know we're on our way. Someone will contact you to take your statement. Let's go. You couldn't pull the trigger. You love me. Move.
She reached for the knife that was on the table and stabbed Ryan in the back, you guys. I did not see that coming, because when I talked about the delayed stories, I was thinking that they were going to delay this story and have Ryan escape again and then come back a couple months from now, a couple years from now, like the writers always do. Think of how long they kept Jerry Jacks alive, and how long they kept Helena alive, and even Ryan. Even Faison. These are all villains that they've kept alive, or either led us to believe they were dead, and then these people pop back up. So she stabs him in the back and he goes down. So is Ryan dead? I don't know. I guess we'll tune in Monday. Today's episode was all that in a bag of chips. I loved it. I completely loved it. I was here for everything. Here in my city, we had a tornado warning, so I didn't even get to watch General Hospital when it came on, because they were doing a live weather report, and it was on all through the hour of General Hospital. So I had to wait till somebody uploaded it on Daily Motion to even be able to watch it. So I was pretty pissed, you guys. You can imagine. I was pissed. I'm like, really? Anyway, but do you guys think that Ryan is gonna die? Do you think that justice has been served? Do you think Ava should go to jail? Because apparently she's going to get locked up. Did you guys see Chase's face when Ryan hit the ground? He was looking at Ava in horror and disgust. scared, like I can't believe she did that type face. But let me know what you guys thought about today's episode. What was the most interesting storyline of today's episode? I'm going to give you two. Was it Sam and Shiloh and Jason rescuing her, or was it Ava and Ryan? I feel like it's a no-brainer. I'm a J-Sam fan, but the storyline that I was here for today was definitely Ava and Ryan. So I will see you guys later. Like I said, comment, like, subscribe. Your comments mean everything to me. I thank you guys for your continuous support. Keep watching, and I will see you guys later. Bye.
I finally made my mind, know that I can't go back broke. They saying that my time up, my back against the rope. I hustle, got my grind, know that when I make the